You got me running, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
Good evening, and welcome to the After Dark Show. This is the adult relationship show where we discuss openly all the aspects of relationships. Now, over the last few weeks, we've been discussing so many different things. We've had our sex series, which is not quite finished yet. We still have one more to go. But at the end of last week, we had a comment which has kind of changed the course of the show. Now, the comment was made by a young man. I call everybody young, so he's a grown man because this is an adult show. It was made by a young man, and he made the comment and said that Black women are hard work. He also added that he still loves us dearly. So as a result of that comment, we started talking, and it was kind of like changing the course of the direction of last week's show. So we decided to put this original show on hold. That's the original show that we were supposed to have this week, have it next week, and let's discuss this, because over the period of time, I've heard this comment being thrown over Black women a lot. So I want to explore, unpack it, and really find out what it is that a man from any kind of not gender, that's not what I was going to say. Any man from any kind of ethnic group would say this about any other group. It doesn't matter if you're white, Black, Asian, Chinese, it doesn't matter. The point of the matter is that we've got a Black man who has said that Black women are hard work. So we're going to be discussing that today. And so as a result of that, I have a lovely man in the studio this week with me. And so I want you to welcome one of our panelists, actually. This is Theo Mendelsohn.
Hello.
Good evening, and thank you for being here with me today.
Welcome.
And we also have our panel. Now, we have a few people on our panel, and I do believe that there'll be more coming in. As I can see, those of you who are on Facebook, welcome. Those of you who are on YouTube, welcome. Now, guys, before we even get into the show, what I want to ask you to do is to share this with your friends, your family, your frenemies, whoever. Share this show with them now. Tell them to get involved, because your views are really, really important. Really, really important. We really want to find out and hear from you, especially if you are a man. Doesn't matter what race you are. We want to hear from you today. We want to hear from you on this subject. And then I'm going to also welcome our panelists this evening. We have Shalomi. Shalomi is back with us this week. Hi, Shalomi.
Hey, Shalomi.
Hi. How are you? I hope you're well. And we have Sheena. Hey, Sheena. And we have Tony. Hi, guys. Good evening.
Evening, all. Evening.
Wonderful. So now, the young man who made the comment is supposed to be on panel tonight. So when he does come into the green room, we'll just let him straight in. And we have a new panel member today. But once everyone's ready in the green room, I will bring them in. So, Theo.
Yes, madam.
I'm going to come to you.
Okay.
So now I know that you've been having this conversation all week.
Yes. Lots of comments.
There's been lots. So guys, I've got my phone here because I've got lots of comments on the phone from Theo and from Tony also. I've got lots of comments from yours, male and female?
Male and female.
Male and female. Okay, so what prompted you to put that out?
Just to get, because that's not my standpoint. So it's good to have other people's get their views in it, because it's a common statement that's been said throughout pretty much all my life. I've heard since I've been in this country. So I thought, let me get some feedback and see what comes back. And then a lot came back.
Right.
Yeah. So,
okay. So this is a subject that people want to talk about. This is a subject that is interesting.
Definitely.
It kind of put a stop on the show last week because we were talking about something else. And when that statement came, it's like it just changed the course of the show.
It got hot even after the show.
Yes, it did.
It got hot. It got hot.
Yes, it did.
It got hot,
So my question is to you guys, is do you believe, here's the question, do you believe that Black women are hard work? That is the question. Are Black women hard work? Now, I do believe we've got Karen in the green room. Is Karen there?
Hi.
Lovely to see you. Thank you for being here this week. Brilliant. So we've got 2 men here and 3 women. Okay. But we're going to crack on. I know that there are some comments in the thread. I can see that Delroy Tollock is here. Good evening. And Earl Newman is here also. I can't see what he's. Can we put Earl's message up? What he says? Yeah, I'll say. What's he say?
It's only targeted.
It's only targeting. This only targets Black women specifically, and it's ridiculous. Okay, Earl. Okay, thank you for that. I'm sure we're going to hear lots from Earl tonight. Thank you for joining us. So in your research, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to you, then I'm going to go to Tony, because I want to hear what you guys have got to say first, and then I'm going to bring in the women.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So in your research, did you find that was a throwaway statement, or do you find that the men in which have answered agree with it?
No, none of them agree with it, but they've heard it.
Right.
They've heard it many times.
Okay. And the women, what was their standpoint on it?
They were pretty much like the women that's in the green room, that's on the panel,
right? And
that was putting up the comments last week. Same, aggrieved,
right?
Upset, peed off about it.
Okay.
Just continue hearing the same old rhetoric about themselves. So yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring in Tony. Hi, Tony. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. So, Tony, I know you also put it out to pasture, to see who or what would come back. What were the other men thinking about this question? What was your findings, Tony? I know I've got some bits here, but I want to know what overall.
Yeah. So, I think the main message that most of the guys were saying was problems are not exclusive to Black women. They exist to women of all cultures. Mm-hmm. One of the big comments that came back was that unless you've been with different cultures, you're in no position to judge a Black woman. Because quite clearly, if you haven't been with other cultures, then you can't compare. You know, there are some, and I know there are some Black women, for instance, who've never been with a white man, and Black men who've never been with a white woman. So one can't compare, and that's a very important point, I believe. That you know, if you're a one race person, then kind of you're out of the argument because you can't comment on the other races. But as I said, for many of the men that I had feedback from, they did say that was not their view, that Black women are hard work, because when you compare them with any other race, then there's nothing really making them any more different to any other race.
I hear you totally, and I thank you for that. Thank you and your guys. That's their truth. That's their honesty. I want to say hi to Chastity. She's online. Hi, Chastity. Chastity has been working with us. She's our sex therapist. She's been working with us throughout the sex shows that we've been doing. So I just want to say hi to her. And there's also Anthony McGregor who's saying good evening. Just want to see Emma, Fiona, some guys who are always on the show. So I just want to just thank you for being here and joining us this evening.
Don't all men think all women are hard work.
Right, Emma Fiona saying,
that
"Don't all men think that women are hard work?" Yeah,
that sounds a bit better.
I think so. I had a conversation with a friend of mine this week, and when I told him what the topic of the show was this week, he started laughing, and he was like, And he said he dates women from all over, so black, white, Chinese, Asian. He has no preference. He is just a person. And this is exactly what he said. He said that as a man, all women are hard work. All women, not just black, not just white, not just all women are hard work. And he said the simple reason being is that women are emotional. Most women are emotional beings and function from their emotions first. And men are not. They're very, they think very
Logical.
That's right. That's the word that was coming out of my mouth. Very logical thinking. And so because we think differently, it then makes it harder to kind of gel.
We've seen it here. The communication, things get lost in translation.
Yeah,
Men and
absolutely.
women have different standpoints of pretty much everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, guys, I am still waiting for DJ. We don't know if his name is DJ Supreme or
Super Me.
or DJ Super
The
Me.
DJ Super Me. I want to see this DJ, man.
Yeah, I want to as well. I'm dying to. Well, I'm not dying to meet him, but I am very interested to meet him if he does in fact show up. Right. So L. Ewan said, didn't articulate my point properly earlier. It's a racist trope. Is that trope? Trope that is directed at black women specifically and is a way of causing dysfunctional relationships between black men and black women. Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly there. Thank you for that and coming back. Good evening, Herbert Burton, who's normally on panel this evening. You guys not on panel this evening? Anyway, so guys, I don't know where I'm looking, Mr. Cameraman, because everything is changed. Straight. Okay. All right. Okay then. Everything has changed in the studio, so here we go. So anyway, as we were saying, so Theo, you've heard the statement. Women and men disagree. Tony's the same. So I want to bring in some of the females now, because we need to have an open and candid conversation about why this happens so often. Now, I'm just going to put this caveat before it, and I'm going to make a statement and say that I've never heard, in my experience, I've never heard a man from any other race say that about their race, their own. So I've never heard a white man say white women are hard work. I've never heard an Asian man say Asian women are hard work, Chinese, and so on and so on. Hispanic, you know, who are the women are very spicy. Sicilian women, you know, that when I say spicy, then you know what I mean by spicy. So I've never heard that from any other race, only within the black race. So I just want to put that, and I want guys, if you've heard it elsewhere, then let me know. If you haven't, then let me know. So ladies, I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to bring in Karen first. Oh, Tony's waving. Hello, Tony.
Yeah. So I just wanted to comment on what you just said about not hearing it from other races. One of my friends who deals with relationships and specifically breakdowns where a man and his wife have come to the end of their time together and are trying to sort things out, explains to me that these things do actually occur in other races. However, it seems that you would only hear them if you're a member of that race. So typically, if you're a Sikh or a Pakistani Sikh, and you know what goes on in those households, yeah, some quite horrid stories come out, but they only happen and they only get heard by other Pakistani men. Probably you see the same thing with black situations, where we hear these things amongst ourselves because it's our own culture to discuss these kinds of things. I'm pretty certain if you go to white people and say, do you hear about all the issues that black men have with black women? It's probably not that big an issue for them.
Okay, it's a fair point. Fair point. I'm going to bring in Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm not very sure if I agree that other races wouldn't know that this is something that is said about black women, because I see videos about it on Facebook, on Instagram. I actually see black men on videos saying these things about black women. And it's usually trying to put us down in favor, most of the time, in favor of white women. And it's seen that we are somehow too much trouble. And a lot of the time it comes out from us wanting to speak our own mind and wanting to not accept unacceptable behavior. And I just find it to be very sad. And when I hear it, it actually hurts me, even though I don't necessarily think it's something towards me personally, but I just don't like the overriding negative that we are hard work. What's the history behind it? Where does it stem from? The DJ who said it last week, it would be very interesting to find out why does he think saying that in a public forum is acceptable? I know he put a little caveat on the end saying that he does still love us, but just bringing that into the forum, I would love to understand why that would happen, because I think either most women can be difficult, because especially more modern women, and I don't necessarily think it's a black thing, but it would be interesting to find out where it stems from and what's the whole point of it, really.
Thank you, Karen, because I'm with you, because I would like to find that out myself. But just quite an interesting comment that came up from Emma Fiona, and she says, "No, I have never been accused of being difficult because I'm white, Eastern European or Jewish. Only difficult because I am a woman." Okay. And that makes a difference, because we have been singled out as being difficult because we are black. So thank you, Emma, for putting that up, and thank you for being open and honest. Yes, if you're strong, have standards. Can we go back? If you are strong, have standards, boundaries equals difficult. Thank you, Emma. Thank you so much for that comment. Now, we're still waiting. I can see that there's some things going on in the green room.
Carol's got some.
Carol Massey. Can we go to Carol Massey's comment, please? A bit further up, thank you. Carol Massey says, "We are perceived as hard because we take control of things which could be seen as we are hard. So we take control when the time is necessary." So we've got some more people coming into the green room. Also, Earl Newman has said, "I think some black men say this to deflect that they are dating outside their race." That's my last contribution now, LOL. No, Earl, keep it coming, Earl, keep it coming. We want to hear from you. Okay, so I want to go to, I'm going to go to Shalomi. We're going to bring the ladies in. I can see you waving, Tony, but we're going to bring the ladies in first before we come back to you. Hi,
hello, guys. Hello. The first time I've heard that is about 18 years ago when I come to this country. Because in Jamaica, most men don't have that privilege to say black women are difficult, because that's all they have. So in Jamaica, I've never heard it. But coming to this country, I've seen Jamaican man saying I would never date a Jamaican woman, not a black woman, but another Jamaican woman, right? And for me, I don't think black women are difficult. I think having an opinion as a woman, it is considered to be difficult. And some experience that I have had in my opinion, some black men say they want an African queen, but as long as you act like master's wife, look like master's wife, dress like master's wife, then they want that. As I said, from what I say when they said, because our attitude, a woman's behavior in most cases is how she was grown, her survival skill, what she had to do. And a dominant woman, some are loyal, but they will chat back. You understand? I think I'm loyal, but I'll chat back, I'll argue, I don't listen, and I will throw things. Not because I'm black, but because I'll do that. So for me, I think where it comes in is people liking grape and choose apple. You know I'm a woman, will talk back. So don't go after me. Don't talk to me. Don't try to be in a relationship with me. You know I'll slap you. So don't go in a relationship with me, because that's why I'll be very open about me. You understand? So if you know that I have a guy that chasing me for 3 years, he liked me, just like me, and he said I would never date you. Like, you're too much for me, but you're my fantasy, but not my reality, right? And we have a laugh and we talk, and he said never. I wouldn't even take you on a date. You understand? You're too much for me. Now he's honest with himself, but some man will say, you know what? You're too much for me, but then they're going to want to date me and try and change me. It's easier to tell a fish to try to climb a tree. You'll be successful at that than trying to get an opinionated woman, a strong woman to confine to your ways. So I don't think it's being difficult as a black woman. And some of the rumors I've heard, I don't know it to be true, because I don't date women, right? That white women are submissive. They don't talk back. They do as they're told. I don't know. But I guess they're not talking about the white women from Acne, because trust me, they understand. So to me, it all depends from where you are, where you come from, who you're talking to. Because some people will say black woman when they just see like a few. Most people, I think their mind is so small that they will say black woman, white woman, but dealing with just a few. And you can't say all black woman. The person that say all black women, we have never deal, you have never got a sugar for me. So for you to come to that, you have never had me. I'm a black woman. So until you try every black woman, and I would tell that person, don't try me. I talk back, I hit, and I argue, right? But, and to be honest, I believe when we are loud, because I'm loud. Loud is considered arrogant as a black woman, and I will do all things, right? I'm different. And I tell people I'm a different kind of different. So if you can't handle a woman that is 3 times different, you're going to go mad. You are going to go mad, right? So so it's not difficult. I have black women, and the only thing we have in common is skin. Like, skin. The only thing we have in common as women is the color of her skin. I have a niece, and if you don't see her, you said she acting like a white woman, because we have been programmed to say if people act a certain way, they act like a certain race and all that crap. And she oh gosh, oh Auntie Shell, and she does all that, and I'm like, girl, talk to me. Oh, now you Jamaicans. She's Jamaican, right? So. And I was like, stop acting white. And she said, you lot pretty people in the books, and you do. And you understand? My children, I'll say, come here. He said, mommy, it's not ear, it's hair. I said, if you come ear, or over there, that's a come here. You understand? So it is, I've been corrected by my kids. And now I have to stand corrected because they're not having it. You understand? If my kid gives me a glass of water and I don't say thank you, she'll pick it back up. So I have to deprogram my mama. I couldn't do that to my mama. Yeah. So it's all about deprogramming. Black people, some, not all, need to deprogram and stop learned behavior. Black woman. You understand? Stick in your own category. If somebody is not in your category, she's not difficult.
Right. Thank you,
And
Shell.
that's
You
me.
touched on some great points. Absolutely great points here. So I am doing this bits and pieces, but thank you for that. I want to bring in Sheena. Sheena, what's your point of view? I just want to go to the ladies and then I'll come back on.
Well, for starters, I'm not hard work. And I actually took umbrage to what was his name? DJ the Supreme Me or whatever his name is.
Yes, Super Me or Supreme. We don't know. We don't quite know if it's Super Me or Supreme. He is coming on. He is coming on. But Sheena, you sound like you're underwater still. Can you come out and come back in?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but there's a lot of distortion when you speak. Right, so I'm going to bring...
Okay.
Yeah, so if you come out and come back in, come back in and see if that's any better, please.
Okay.
Thank you, darling. Right, so I'm going to bring back Tony because I know Tony had his hand up.
Wow. So I did originally want to comment on what Karen was saying about not seeing white people saying things about their race and the Asian people saying what they say about their race. You know, the point I would make to that is that we all look at what we are in our race. So, you know, I'm guaranteed that when you go into your Facebook feed or you go into your Instagram feed or you go in your YouTube feed, it's going to feed you what you look at most. Yeah. And if most black people will see mostly black people stuff, if they follow anything like what I see, most of my black friends are like, you know, if we follow Chadwick Boseman and we follow Oprah Winfrey and we follow Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and Beyonce Knowles, guaranteed your feed's going to look mostly black. Yeah. If, however, you follow, you know, a bunch of white rock bands and Donald Trump and Joe Biden, you're going to see mostly white stuff. And if you follow Indian stuff, you'll get Indian stuff. So I think the whole concept that, you know what, I don't hear this from other races is based on the fact that most of the time what you see is around what you surround yourself by. Yeah. So if you're in a community of black people and you surround yourself with black people, not to say you're not seeing black people, white people and all the other races, but if you primarily surround yourself with black people, you'll see mostly black stuff. So when you see these comments of, oh, black women are hard to date, that's because you're looking at black stuff. Yeah. Where if you concentrate all your efforts at just watching Indian programs, Pakistani programs, you would see a different outlook. Yeah. Shalomi, nail on the head. A lot of the stuff you said, bang on. Everything you are is so true of many black women. Yeah. But you're not the only race we're not the only race of people that have those same attributes that you just mentioned. Okay, so your speech is different because you're from an island in the Caribbean. Yeah. But if you're Polish, you got a different thing altogether. If you're Irish, yeah, Irish women are very, very aggressive in tone. They speak fast anyway. Yeah.
All right, let's Tony, before you get shot down, let's put something around that. Some Irish women, because not all are, right? But one of the things, we had a comment, please don't forget this, from Emma Fiona, who is a white lady, she mentioned about being Jewish, being white, being, what was the comment again? She mentioned Eastern European, right? And she said she has never been accused of being difficult because of her color or where she's from or her religion. She's been classed as difficult because she's a woman. And this is the point that we're trying to make. It's the fact that our men, our black men, for some reason, feel that it's okay to single us out. They're not saying that we are hard women. They are saying black women are hard.
But other races say the same thing of their women.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do, Tony. I don't.
They do, but the only reason you don't see it is because you're not following white people's.
How do you know? You don't know that. That's an assumption. Do not assume, Tony. I told you this already. Listen, you don't know who my circle are.
When I look at your feed,
Tony,
yeah.
You don't know who my circle are. You don't know who I move with on a daily basis. You see me around this, but my life is more than this. And so if you have somebody who is white, who is saying as an example, you have to listen and take it on board. What she said was that she has been accused of being a difficult woman, but never a difficult white woman. So what I'm trying to ascertain is, why is it that our men feel that it's appropriate, not all of our men, let me just say that, not all of our men, but some of our men feel that it's appropriate to then say, black women are difficult. Why is it acceptable? We hear it so often.
But that's the point I'm saying. Some of our men say it, but then so do some white men, so do some Indian men, so do some Chinese men, so do some African men. Every race has it.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's better. Yes,
right.
you're much better.
You can hear me.
So Sheila, come in and say what you were going to say now, because we can actually hear you properly now.
Okay. All right. Shalomie, thank you for that. That was spot on. You actually covered it. But for me, at the end of the day, Tony, you're saying as well about white man say it, and that's not the issue. The point is, the comment that was made was that black women are hard work. So what I want to know is, the person who said this, I would like him to explain to me what he meant by that, just to go into a little bit more detail, so that I can get some clarity on what he's saying. Because I don't understand why the black had to come into that play. To me, if a woman's going to be difficult, she can be any color. She doesn't have to be black. So why are we being singled out as the minority who are difficult? Because then that just says that we're just bad news, man. And then that also tells me that the black man must be weak. For him to say that.
That's what a lot of them say.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for that. We've got a new panel member coming in, Danny. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny. Can we take you off mute? Hi, Danny. How are you?
Yourself?
He's on mute.
We can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yourself?
Yeah, we're good, man.
I'm good. Thank you very much for joining us today. I know that you've got a lot to say on this.
I've got a few things to say.
Okay. So what's your take on it, Danny?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've got a few friends who have said this. They tend to date white women, and their reason being they find black women difficult if they're trying to chat them up. They say black women ask them, what's your 5-year goals and stuff. What I say to that is, if you think that black women are difficult as a black man, then that is a bit of a testament that you're not quite an alpha male then. So you shouldn't really be dating anyways, because you're obviously not an alpha male. If you're only going for a woman because they're the easier option, then how easy would it be for another man to be able to get your woman? If you find that, going for a black woman is a long process. It just shows a lack of confidence in yourself. If you feel that you can't handle a woman, then what does that say about you as a masculine figure at the end of the day? And what example would you be setting for your children? Because if you say things like that in front of your children, that will perpetuate onto your children to sort of want to be mollycoddled and mothered by a woman. So you're not taking the lead role. Also, what I would say is I disagree with Tony about other men saying that about the women, because I've never heard a white man say about their women, these white women, I can't take them because they're so much hard work. I've never heard an Asian man say that. Even if they did think that, they would have some kind of code of conduct where they would say that amongst their group, but I don't even think they say that. What I do notice is even when white women say they don't like white men, they don't say I don't like white men because there's so much hard work or they're too much of this. It's normally a thing of they just don't find them attractive, or they think they're a bit boring, or they might go down the pub and drink a bit too much, something like that. But it seems only black men, for some unknown reason, seem to say that black women are too difficult to deal with.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you very, very much.
Can I come back on that one?
You can come in.
So I don't think it's an unknown reason, because you quite simply have to look at the wedge that has been driven between the black man and the black woman. Yeah, there's a reason why we've got to the state of affairs that we are at today. Yeah, it hinges on a white supremacy system that's built to divide. Yeah, we've got all the negative connotations in our music. Yeah, the bitch, the hoe, the this, the that. White people have never had that in rock music, in their music. Yeah, but yes, that philosophy is driven into us as a society, as a black culture. Yeah, so it's quite clear where the division has come from. Yeah, the black man was castrated in front of his woman and his children to show that he's not powerful, and therefore we see the results of that today in today's society.
Hold on, sorry, can I cut in there?
Yeah, go for it. Go on.
What has that got to do with what we're talking about? You're going, listen, I'm still wanting to focus on what the brother said, right? Why are we talking about where you're going? Well, until he comes, excellent, but let's stay on the subject, man.
Yeah,
right,
but it's all part
I
of the
really
subject, isn't it?
Not
So
really.
why does the black
Not
man?
really.
Why does the black man?
Why are you
degrade
talking
the
about the black
woman?
man getting castrated in front of his woman? We're talking about the black man perceiving us as being hard work.
Yeah, that's because there's a division.
I don't hear. I've never heard. Listen, I've been with my partner for 17 years. Right? He don't turn around and say, "Boy, black women are hard work." It's, you know, a white man. I haven't heard a white man say that. You know, so why are we seen as different? Why are we seen as the black woman being hard? Why are we hard work? It boils down to the man's weak, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Just pure and simple.
I agree, because I agree. Shall I tell you why? Because it couldn't have been down to the castration and the plantation, because we were still getting married in slavery, jumping the broom. We were getting married still during Jim Crow. We were married through the redlining. So what was the actual? It wouldn't be really until, say, the 1980s that this sort of come to loggerheads. And the reason being is because a lot of us, especially when we come to Britain, a lot of us, when we came to Britain, especially during the Windrush, we came here to integrate and amalgamate. Other ethnic groups come here for economic domination.
Okay.
We like to we success is having a white lawyer, having a white accountant, having possibly, if you're a celebrity, a white woman moving out to the suburbs to live in a white neighborhood, to have white neighbors, things like that.
Okay, you're breaking up a little bit, Danny, but we get your point. We get your point. What
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's only when you're talking it kind of cuts in and out, and it was just towards the end. So just to be mindful of that. It's not really, it's probably an internet issue. But today we were talking on the phone, weren't we? And we were talking about the differences that we have experienced in this conversation. And we part of that conversation was, if my mind serves me correctly, was we were saying that in terms of all these different people from different places in the world saying these things about their women, what I actually recognize is that most of the men that I have heard, now I'm just talking from my own experience here, but most of the men that I have heard make this statement are British born Caribbean descendant men.
Yeah.
I've not heard many African people from African descent say that.
No.
And I've not heard an African person who's like from Nigeria, Ghana, wherever in Africa, from the cold continent, I've never heard them say that. Also, I've never heard a person from the Caribbean who was born in the Caribbean make that statement. I've not heard it. So I'm not saying it hasn't been done. I'm just saying I've not heard it. So it makes me think that maybe the issue is with a certain type of man, black man, a certain type of black man. I can see Shalomi's hand is up. So I'll throw that out. So Shalomi, come in.
I believe people are individuals, and that's what a lot of people cannot accept. That yes, we're black people, but we are human beings, and we will act as human beings. Saying black women, because as I said, I've heard it, not to me, but I've heard it. And yes, it came from British-born men because they can choose. They can see it, so their mind are open to choose. We in Jamaica, yeah, we always hear woman a hard work. We always say una hard work, you know. Yeah, but as a woman, we would be told that. So to make a statement that black woman, I think the person who made it, it's like they didn't, because one word misused can throw the entire thing off. So I guess he has been with a black person, a white person, and then the white person probably is more of a, Shalom, use the right word. Shalom, find the right word. Sit, boo boo, sit. Yeah? So she's more of a sit, boo boo, sit. You're not gonna find, is that a right word? I don't even know if I can use that word. Right? I don't know. I'm just learning, right? I'm not right? So to ask a lot of black women to sit, it's hard. It's like, as I said, we're just, because of our background, you have to understand. For every black woman, it would be different. Yeah, you can date Yvonne, and Yvonne different. You date Shalom, and you're thinking, like what? You understand? Because who I was brought up by have a lot to do with who I am. How I was brought up have a lot to do with who I am. Where I was brought up have a lot. My life experience have a lot to do with who I am today. Now, instead of lately, for a couple of months, I've been deprogramming my mind to what I've been taught, what I've been learned, what I've copied from culture, to what I come to know, right? And lots of people can't deprogram to listen. This is wrong. Jamaican, for me, and most black people, they're closed-minded. They would, as I said, protect the family, molester, but again, they will beat. So we are programmed to think like that. Protect him, right? Protect the man of God. You have to protect the anointed, but the anointed is full of crap. But you were meant to protect it. So you've been programmed, yeah, to what's bad, what's good. If certain people become a pedophile, be quiet, shut up, don't say nothing. So we have been programmed, not everyone, some people has been programmed to think the crime depending on the person that does it. And I think this is the problem where they're saying black woman, because not all black women is going to be like Shalomi. Not all black women is going to be like Yvonne. I've seen black women bow to their husband. The husband come in, she bows and she greets. I'm like, that's for you, but the only time I'm bowing is to give a blow. Sorry, we're not saying that. Sorry.
Thank you,
so I'm not going to.
Listen,
I'm trying to do good.
Some of the comments that we've got. If we could just go back up to P King. If we could go back up there, I think we could even go further. Yes, Anita Powell. That's the one I want. Anita Powell says, once a Pakistani man who had limited English came up to her while I was with my black kids. And in broken English, he said to me, how did I have black kids when black men do not like black women? That is a typical comment. Thank you so much, Anita Powell, for putting that comment on for putting that comment on and allowing us to read that out, because that is something, because it's a throwaway statement, and that's how I'm going to say it. It is a throwaway statement. But it's hurtful.
Very hurtful.
And as I said last week, one of the things that I said, I'm not sure where DJ Super Me or Supreme is.
He's listening, but he's not.
He's not. Do come on. We are not going to eat you alive on the show.
Yes, we will.
Just Karen wants to, but we want to understand what you mean. We want a breakdown of what it actually means for a man to say a black woman is hard work. We want to break down what hard work means. And the only way that we can break that, the only way that we can create more information for ourselves and learn from this, is if you tell us what you meant by that. And that's how we grow, through conversations like we're having now. This is a time for us to grow. We want to grow. We're not here to bash you. I know some of the women want to say lots of things, but they won't. You know, this is a show, and you know, it is about love, and it's about learning, and it's about us embracing and accepting each other for who we really are. And so, you know, I feel like I'm ready to educate you, and I want to hear what you want to bring. I want to be educated by you from your standpoint. We don't have to agree, but we can agree to disagree, and we can grow from this conversation. That's right. And so this is what this is about. I can see you, Tony. I can see you. I just want to read out some more of the comments. There was a comment by Lloyd JS.
About the woman being respectful.
And I think we were talking about the Caribbean stuff.
He said about women being respectful.
Yeah. He said because African women show more respect for their men. I think that's a bit of a throwaway statement as well. I'm just saying.
A lot of the guys are they're very funny. What came out from the motor of the guys was my friends and people, like they said that the guys that do say those things are just weak, as was just been said already. They're just weak and lazy. A lot of them are lazy.
That's the thing that I feel, that it's down to laziness.
They want an easy life.
Yeah.
They want no problems. Don't have to go to it. I remember one guy said to me years ago, to Rasta man, he goes, when this woman says to him, when he get a job, he turns around and says to her, oh, it's a black thing, I can't get a job, they just be racist to me and I can't get one. And she's and she panders to that because she's got no experience and there's nowhere to go. So if he said that to a black woman now, she'd be like, but my dad's got a job, my uncle's got a job, my brother. So he can't use that same line. So he sits at home like a king and she does all the work and he just sits and relaxes. And that's what he wants. I'm like, okay.
Wow. See, now when I hear stories like this, it makes me reflect back to, now some of you know that I'm in the middle of publishing, editing and publishing a book for the Windrush generation, and I've been reading some of their stories of the men, especially the men, and their mindset when they left the Caribbean and they came to the UK. And it was very much about building something. It was very much about, you know, growing something and being able to go back and give to the community. And so their mindsets were completely different to some of the young men and older men, I call everybody young, that we have in this country today. And so I when I'm reflecting on that, I'm like, I don't see that in a lot of our men today. I don't see that tenacity. I don't see that drive to even find a partner, because there were some men that wrote they came over single. One man said, and it was time for me to find a wife. I just knew it was the time for me to find, and he was looking for a certain type of wife. And as a matter of fact, he said, because there was a lack of black women in the area that he was living in, he wrote home to his dad and said, I'm ready to get married. And his dad said, okay, son. And his dad went and found a suitable and sent her over. Wow. Yeah. Wow. But we don't have that here. No. What we're hearing is, because let me tell you, I've got 2 grown men as sons. If I ever heard them say black women are hard work, I would be so insulted. It would break my heart.
Would they lose their teeth?
Yeah.
I thought as much.
Yeah.
I thought as much.
So I'm just kind of trying to think about how, when our black men are saying this, how do they think if their mother heard that? How do you think she would feel to hear that? If your sister heard that, how would she feel? If your grandmother heard that, how would she feel? Your cousin, them, the people that you
raised
rub
you.
shoulders
Yeah,
with, you
you
grew
grew up
with. How do you think? What impact do you think that's going to have on their self-esteem, their self-worth as a woman? I'm just throwing it out there. So I want to bring Danny back. Oh no, hold on. Before I bring Danny, because I saw Tony. Tony's hand's been up. Let Tony come in. After Tony, then I'm going to bring Danny, and then I'm going to bring the ladies back in.
Okay, so there was so much there to unpack. But I wanted to get back to Danny. I mean, you guys might not be seeing where my chain of thought is going with the slavery analogy, but it's effectively since we were taken out of Africa as couples, educators, inventors, everything. Yeah, the black man and the black woman have been denigrated by the white supremacist system. Yeah, we're the worst of the worst. Yeah, and anybody who says different, that's untruth. We're treated as the worst of the worst. We was 3/5 of a human being. Yeah, technically we were counted as 3/5 of a human being. Yeah, and Irish people came to America and they were put into enslavement, but they were
servitude.
indentured servants. They were indentured servants, and they were given the opportunity to earn a good living after slavery was officially abolished. Whereas we black people were then taken into the next step, which was Jim Crow, and then, as Danny said, the redlining and so on and so forth. But essentially, when you read the story of the black man and the black woman, yeah, there's been a systematic plan, yeah, and look at eugenics that has been created to drive a wedge between the black man and the black woman, yeah, and that is heightened to this day where we are today. So now, when we're talking about Africans, yeah, the black man and the black woman live in harmony, and they don't have all these sayings, oh, the black man is difficult, the black woman is difficult, the white woman is this, or they don't have all of that. Yeah. Similarly, as Shalomi said, when you go to Jamaica, when you got nothing else, you can't turn around and say the black woman is difficult because you're not comparing it to anything else. And I made this point at the very first get-go. Yeah. Unless you've been with the other races, you have no comment. Okay. But the point I'm making is because we are now in an era where there's a direct correlation between the systematic driving of the black man away from the white woman, from the black woman. Yeah. So hence why we're now in a point in time where we've got all these black superstars going out with white women, and black women are all in their feelings like, oh, there goes another one. Oh, there goes another one. And why are these successful black men going with white women? Because of this driving of the black man away from the black woman. Yeah. And you have to understand that. You have to understand the dynamics of why we've got ourselves into this predicament. Why are we the only people that call ourselves the N-word? The Indians don't call themselves, I mean, they do sometimes call, use some derogatory words for one another because they have a caste system. But generally, they're not calling each other derogatory words in front of the whole rest of the world. Yeah?
We're the only race that does that, actually. I don't see that. You're a bit low as well, Tony. So I don't know if you can turn yourself up a little bit.
I just need to get closer to the mic. That's all that is.
Okay.
I can talk louder. I can go closer to the mic.
Okay, just to say that, I do believe that we are pretty much the only ones who do that to ourselves. But Theo, yeah. I know I wanted to come in and just put a question to you. You wanted to come in.
You were saying, Tony, about the successful black man. The reason why they go with white is to be accepted in the culture, in the community. Because I know footballers that are kind of told to go out with a white woman so they can be accepted in the football community. So footballers that have black wives, like Andrew Cole and those ones, they kind of get shunned. Mm-hmm. Like Andrew Cole doesn't get any praises, even though he's the second highest goal scorer in the Premiership.
Right.
Because he's black. His
Right.
wife is black, his children are black. So they get kind of pushed to the sides. The one that have the white wives get the elevation. Sterling gets the same
Right.
because he's not selling out.
Right.
So the others that don't get the publicity, the ones that are maybe not as high profile, they will get the praise, they'll get the press, they'll get the highlights and stuff like that. Like Dwight York, they loved him as a playboy, you know, stereotypical black guy. That's what they expect. But his best mate's Andrew Cole. Ian Wright, we had his black wife. He
Yeah.
wasn't as popular. Now he left his wife. He's popular now.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That's why they do it. And that's in all genres of sports, music, film, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To be accepted in the social circles.
Right.
So when they go with their black misses into that circle, it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
We see that.
And you see what happens when that relationship goes down and they decide, you know what, we're going to castigate the black man. Yeah, Tiger Woods is the classic case. Married a white woman, did what he did, and he was absolutely murdered. You know, murdered.
Yeah.
But you know, if a white man does that, you don't even hear the story.
But we know that we know that this happens. We know that there's systematic racism all over the world. We know that, but we are. I want to bring this back to where we are everyday people living an everyday life, and hearing our own brothers, right, talking about us in such a derogatory way. And where we get to change this, because at the end of the day, we are not famous. We are not or so famous, should I say?
you famous. You famous.
We are not famous, but we are ordinary people that want to talk and unpick this thing and actually understand each other so that we can do better, that we can grow from these things. And you know, I don't want my sons, I don't even want my grandson to grow up hearing that black women are hard work. I don't, that should never come out of any man's mouth. You can say that women are hard work. Yes, I get it. I get that. But I don't like the fact that we are singled out and made to feel that we are less than anybody else on this planet.
But we hear this every day, Yvonne. Every day we hear on our records the N-word, the nigger this, the nigger that, the nigger. And you're like, what the hell? Why are we, you know, I cannot stand that word. I would thump a man in the mouth if he says that word in front of me. Yeah? Simple. End of black, white, no matter who your race is. If you call me that, I'm thumping you in your mouth. Yeah? Because I detest that word as much as you detest black men who call black women hard. I hate that word more.
But you know what? That's another show. That's a whole nother show, because we can't even touch on that, because that is such a big subject there. What you're touching on, Tony. This whole N-word. But no, I don't know if it is the same.
No.
I don't think it is.
It's by design.
This saying is a cultural saying. I think Carol might have said it earlier. It's not something that's said in the Caribbean, and it's not something that's said by Jamaicans, even ones that are here, Africans that are here. It's guys that are pretty much born and raised here that will say that statement. They're the ones that will definitely say that statement.
You're missing a big dynamic though. The African American, because what happens in America generally comes over here, and they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, but
doing what? Calling black women hard work?
Of course.
Yeah,
You can't make a whole housewife. Do you not know? Have you not heard that sentence?
I've heard.
What's that got
Who
to
you
do
think
with being
they're
black?
talking about? They're not talking about white women.
But hold on. I think Chastity is around. Chastity, if you are around, my darling, I think we've got the link. Jump on for me, because there was a comment from Chastity. She talked about high functioning black women.
And the person who put that the nigger comes from an ancient Egypt word, you're wrong, my friend. Niggas is a different word altogether. Nobody's calling us niggers. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but nobody's calling us niggers. They're calling us nigger. All right.
We're calling out, and that's people calling them our own people calling themselves that. Right. So I want to go to some of the comments, because we've got some epistles here in terms of comments. There's loads of writing here. There's loads of writing here. but I can't. It's going to come back up on the screen shortly. Right, yeah, Daryl Tollett one is fine. Oh, we can go up. Let's go further up. Let's go further up because as you guys are coming in fast and furious with some of the comments, and I just really want to get some insights as to, yes, we can go from there. Let's go to that one. Let's go to a big one. Yeah, let's go. Okay, Satisha Bray says, it's interesting you say that, Yvonne. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I have struggled to date men from the Caribbean, especially Jamaican men, as they are very stubborn and never value my opinion. It's just led to misunderstandings all the time and conflict. They do want a submissive woman and English woman without an opinion. They aren't used, with having a woman with opinion, they're not used to it. Which is
True
yeah,
that.
you
True
can
that.
yeah,
because
it's true.
in the Caribbean, it's, man is man, woman is woman, and in the Caribbean, a woman's too much. They will get a hit.
Okay.
They will hit the woman, and they will hit their woman. Same in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of them will end up with a white woman because easy. She's not going to say anything to me, but they will never say black woman's hard work.
Right. Okay.
They'll say English black woman give them too much problem because they don't know, because they got too much opinion, too much mouth.
Okay.
That's what they'll say.
And that's from the That's from a Caribbean
man
viewpoint.
saying about an English woman, English black woman,
Mm-hmm.
so they have too much mouth.
Okay.
They don't chat too much.
Chat too much. I'm going to bring Shalomi into after that. So
They don't chat too much.
Shalomi, come in, and then we're going to go back.
As I said, Yvonne, based on this, I think, yes, it's been made by an English or American, because we from the Caribbean, we only see a man. We don't see the color. We just see a black man and a man. And they see a woman, which is difficult. We can't be too lippy, like not even now. You can't be too lippy with a Jamaican man. I've got a few punches, and you're going to punch back till you knock out. But that doesn't mean you're not going to still throw a punch. Or sometimes we would slap them and run and have to wait days before we can approach them, because they are like, you don't talk back and you don't disrespect me. One of them, this one will get you killed. Go suck your mama. Tell a Jamaican man to suck the mama. Pick your casket before you do it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we will do it because we want to provoke them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And most Jamaican women, I don't know. I've grown out of it. But we provoke them until they lick we, and we lick them back and scupper punch, and you understand. And later on, then we probably say, "Look what you make me do, you," and you understand. And you know the whole cycle thing, because they don't really like the talk. But we, as I said, even when we're high, with teeth knock out, we are going to do it. So I don't think this person who say it, they are saying it from their point of view. I don't think, because sometimes, as I said, people said black woman, but it's not all black woman. And I hear man said, Jamaican woman a problem. Have you had all Jamaican woman? Until you have every single one on the island, then you can come to that conclusion, right? So to me, as I said, using one word or not using one word can make the entire thing goes off. Since of lately, I've been getting a few eyes. Since been on this program, oh my God, I've had, oh my days, different, like, it's mad, like, what I think to myself, sometimes I'm a bit sad because I'm like, how the hell what did I do to attract these weak, they're just weak men. They're weak, and I'm like, I'm bored. You understand? They will, oh, I saw you on the show. Wish they don't comment. Wish they don't this. And I've had a few of them, right? Mm-hmm. They don't comment. They don't do nothing. They come, oh, my days, you're my desire. What can I do to have a woman like you? And this damn strap-on thing. Tony, you know what? I'm not going to shag you with the strap-on. I'm done with the strap-on. I'm going to talk. I'm not doing no strap-on. Since I talk about the strap-on, it is like my life has been changed.
Yeah, man, they want
it. My life, it's and by black men, no other race but my black men. And yes, I'm saying it now, right? With this strap-on. There was this one particular person, that approached me. And he was like, you know what, all my life, I want a woman like you, but because of my position in life and the da. So yeah, a lot of men marry the apple when they want a damn grape. So yes, they're gonna marry a woman that fit what society said you will grow. But their desire is this ghetto girl where can quint it, back it up, jack it up, be a maid, be whatever you want me to be. You understand? So this is really the problem. This is really the problem. Some women don't know how to quint it. You have to be a ghetto girl to know how to hold the muscles, lock it, suck it, dry it in, hold the diaphragm, and give the penis a blowjob with your vagina. That takes.
So hold on. So are you saying then that this is the reason why black men are saying that black women are hard work? Is that the reason why? Because they're not getting it the way that they want it?
I believe they're evil with black women. It's like, as I said, using one word, you have ghetto girls. A lot of uptown man need the ghetto girl. Ghetto girl give the wickedest slam. Now, there's a thing behind this ghetto girl giving the wickedest slam. As a ghetto girl, you have to know little tricks because most Jamaica man, let me tell you something, they can penetrate for an hour, like literally penetrate sex for an hour, like no joke, right? So you have to develop a skill to get them to have a climax quickly, right? So there's a trick to it, right? Where the ghetto girls, because you've been learned, as I said to you, some things are learned behavior. So you've been learned. Okay, then to get a man to come quick, you have to know how to quint it. Enough people would not even know this word.
Yeah,
you have to know how to quint it, right?
Show me, because we're going off topic. We need to bring it back to why men are saying that we are hard work. And I don't,
I'm saying it's not black woman. The person that said it didn't explain. They did not explain it properly. They were talking about a set of black woman. You understand? Because based on what you do, as I said, it's not only in Jamaica, we have the uptown girl, the ghetto girl, the brown girl, the black girl. So you hear in Jamaica, yo, me don't want a blackie. Me don't want this. We don't want that. Facebook. You understand? Because people have preference. So that person that say it, must be a British, but even Jamaica, we have our difference. So I think I'm not shooting down the person, come to think about it. It's their opinion, not every black man say it. And to be put black man in this little box, we say, oh, we black woman, not all of them say it. It's a particular guy who dealt with a particular black woman, probably one like me that give one whole heap of problem, and decide that, you know what, I'm not doing no more black woman. They are one class as they. And I think that's where the misunderstanding come. It's a misunderstanding. Because not all black man, like no, not all black man.
Yeah, we know because the men on the panel have said that they don't agree with that statement. So we know that it's not all black men that do, and we've identified that there are certain men who and it seems to come from the English-born Caribbean descendant man, that it's more likely, should I say, it's not exclusive, but it's more likely to come from that man, from that man. So that we get that. That there is a comment, it's come up as a Facebook user, so they will be in the After Dark group. If you are in the After Dark group on Facebook and you are writing a comment, at the top of the thread, it's got a little link that says, if you just click that link, then your name will appear as well. So if we can go to the Facebook user that was there, it's quite a big...
black women have...
It says, and black women have it hard or something. But up, that's the one. Yeah. Thank you very much. That one? Yeah, that's the one. Right, it says, and black women have it hard, have
it hard to endure a lot of shit from society and from their own black men. So naturally, black women are going to be tough and strong like black men. But that's also the problem. Some black women tend to act like they're men, which isn't, in my opinion, the right way to carry on.
Right. I think our next guest is here. Yay! Right, so, and that's very true. Thanks for reading that. You're a bit closer to than I did. That's
I've got better eyes than that's what it is. I don't need four. I don't need four. I've got two good ones. So.
I should really pick up my glasses and wear them.
Yes.
It would help. So yes, so we identify that it changes our the way that we behave.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely. It's that the same thing that was talking about the alpha male and the alpha female that they were mentioning before. Women operating in the alpha and
Yeah.
don't know when to like step back,
Step back.
into the feminine zone or the feminine spirit. Was it the energy?
It's the energy,
The
yeah.
feminine energy.
Yeah.
So they stay in that, and it's when a man comes in there, it becomes like two men trying to fight, and the guy goes, "You know what? I don't need this. Let me step out. You don't obviously need me. So do your thing."
And I get that, and I think the feminine and the male and energy happens regardless of what your skin tone is.
Yes, it's true. It does, but some women tend to step back a bit quicker. So there was a thing that was sent to me today, and it said type in Google happy Asian woman, happy black woman, and it said tap in happy white woman, and it came up a white woman's happy went with a black man.
Really?
That's what it came up is. There's no image. That was what came up. A
Serious?
happy white woman, happy woman with a black man. That's what it came up with.
And so what did it say? Did you put happy Asian woman?
Yeah, it just came up with a happy smiling Asian woman. And a
Really?
happy smiling black woman.
Yeah.
That's what it came up with.
Wow.
And it just came up with all these different black women, white women with black men, babies, and all kind of stuff, smiling. That makes them happy.
Wow. Okay, so guys, there's something for you to do. So you type in, is that Google?
Yeah, type in happy Asian woman, and then delete that. Type in happy black woman.
I tried it already.
Happy white woman, and it comes with
With a picture.
Comes up with a happy family, yeah.
happy family.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So there is
woman, black
an
man.
underlined message.
Tried it already.
Yeah.
So there's an underlined message there, guys. An underlined message. Okay, we've had loads and loads of comments on here. And I do want to go back because what's the last one say there? The Facebook user.
Could black men see black women as a threat? Yes. Some of them do.
They do.
Yeah.
Danny, the question for you. Could black men see black women as a threat, in your opinion?
Yes, they do.
Why?
Ego.
Yes, ego, pride, a sense of low self-worth, because obviously a lot of black women, they especially in the educational system, they tend to out educate us, they out earn us. So as a black man, you want to feel like you're the main breadwinner. So when you get with a black woman who out educates you and can out earn you, you feel like, how do I keep that, that I'm the dominant force in this relationship? So then the woman also might feel, because she's earning more than the man, that she can have more of a say. She's sort of in the driver's seat, and then you have that clash between a alpha female and an alpha male, unfortunately. Also, due to the back in the day, the government was incentivizing a lot of women from poorer backgrounds, which unfortunately would fall back onto black families, to incentivize them. If you don't have a man inside the house, that you can get benefits. If the man's there, you're kind of losing money. So a lot of men, they would either be kicked out of the house, or they'll be living in the house, but anytime someone comes around to check, they've got to take all their things and run out for the day and all that sort of stuff. So then the man's technically really homeless. So then that's why he feels like, so that's why he feels under threat.
Thank you for those points. Good points.
It's the truth.
This is
Very
right.
good points. Very good points.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you want to come in?
Yeah, and I was gonna back up Danny, what you were saying about the especially about the out earning and stuff like that. Guys, I've known guys that they've gone out of women that's earning more, doing better than them, and their mission is to bring them down. That's their mission, is to bring them down. Or I've known guys to go out with women and they feel happy that the woman is struggling when they've left.
Wow. Yeah, I get that.
When they've left them. So if they started off up there, then they complain about how many hours she does, so she change her job and they do this and do that until she's literally nothing because of their own self-worth.
Wow.
Yeah, I like
that.
Yeah, but to add to that, black men, yes, I can understand why they would feel somewhat threatened, but also what we should be doing is uplifting and praising our black women, because when you check the actual educational system, black women, especially from West African backgrounds, they get the highest grades out of every race across the board: Asian, black, white, East Indian. So instead of actually trying to tear them down for it and sort of promote illiteracy, because that's another thing we need to get out of our society, is that it's cool to be illiterate, that it's cool to be uneducated, that is cool to not do well. So we should be uplifting our women and also think we need to step our game up. If our women are leading the pack, race for race, gender for gender, then why don't we step our game up? Because then at least our women are giving us the blueprint
to go
it's
forward.
not like we can't then say, we can't use that excuse of, oh, well, the curriculum is designed a way that we can't succeed because our women are beating women. And this is the white system who made it. They're beating the Asian women. They're going to the top universities.
Come on.
So we need to step our game up. And also, obviously, I'm from a Jamaican background. In the Caribbean community, we need to stop focusing so much on our kids saying, oh, look how I'm pretty there. I'm going to be a heartbreaker. I'm going to be a gallus. When you check African parents, they're not talking about all that. They're talking about you're going to be a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer. You check Asian families, we're saying the same thing. Also when we're going through school, our parents, for some reason, they don't try to direct us in any way. They sort of make us freestyle our way. Whereas African parents, Asian parents, they will engineer you down a career path. Even if you don't want to do it, you're going to have that as your base. So if you want to go off and do something else, be a comedian, try and be a footballer, but you will have your backup plan because your parents have made you go and do that just in case what you want to do don't succeed. Whereas Caribbean parents, we sort of freestyle through life. Then you go and just drift, try and do a bit of this, bit of that, might go on a road, do a bit of crime, then end up as a bus driver or a ticket inspector, and then be a labourer because you're not really got a set thing in it, a set career.
Yeah,
I mean, have a good job.
Yeah.
And look, and look where
And the black
young
woman,
boys are today.
she's telling her daughter, make sure you get a man with a good job and this and that. But if we ain't got a good job, then
Money.
you need to get educated first.
that's right. Danny, welcome to the
Thank
crew.
you, Danny. Thank you.
To the
Well
crew.
said.
Yes.
Well said. Well
Yes.
said.
Well said. Do you know what? When I
Good
was
on you.
growing up, one of the things that I'm from a Caribbean, my parents are Jamaican. One of the things that my parents would say is, to my brother, especially to the boys, you must have a trade.
Trade, yeah.
It's a trade. You must have a trade.
Yes.
You must have a trade. So what Danny said, I mean, I can really, really relate to what he's saying, because it wasn't, you be a doctor, or it was all about a trade. You're not going to go, if you have a trade, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the aspirations of our parents may have been lower.
Yes.
But now we are the younger ones. We are the parents.
Yeah.
And so we have to lift up our children so that they go higher. And in that, instill in them that, you see mom grafting. Because my boys are 34 years old and they see mom. They know their mother is like, mom's on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but because I have such a work ethic, they have that work ethic, and my daughter has that work ethic. We are a people, we play hard and we work hard too. And so, but that's because they've seen me do that. So that's why I say, if my sons ever turn around, if I ever heard them say black women are hard work, why? something is going down. We're going to have that
They're
conversation.
losing their teeth.
They're losing their teeth.
They're losing
their teeth. Yeah. So I just want to, thank you, Danny, for raising that point. Can we go back to some of the comments? I just want to bring some of the comments in before. I want to bring in Sheena and Karen, because they haven't said as much as they normally do. Especially our Karen. Karen's always got something to say. But we've had some really, really good comments. Go a bit further up for me. That's the one I'm looking for. Do you want to go for that one, Theo?
Says, don't get me wrong. I love my black women. The way they understand black men, their beauty, their toughness, the fact how they stand up for black men. But some women need to switch off their toughness when they're at home. This comment isn't for all black women because not all women are the same. But the black women that are tough and strong-minded, they need to know when to switch off. Amen to that, whoever sent that.
And that's a Facebook user. So that's somebody on the group. Again, if you are on the group, Pierre. Oh, it's Pierre. Pierre said that. Pierre, just click that link at the top of the Facebook group for us so that your comments can be read out. And I actually had a bit of a conversation with Pierre, and he did say that he had some good points to bring to the conversation. So thank you for that. Thank you. And I know that some of us will hear that.
Yes, it's the truth. The truth.
Some of us.
Some white women are that strong. Some white women.
Yeah, definitely.
Some Indian women are that strong.
Yeah.
Women
in general. It's a woman thing, isn't it?
Women,
Women are strong.
So we're getting to that. I mean, I've had a lot of people commenting in my threads about generalization, and yeah, we are generalizing. But some of these things are what we see, and some of these things that we see, unfortunately, are truths. There is a perception of the black woman which unfortunately doesn't apply to all of us, but does apply to some of us.
Yeah.
We denigrate our black woman too much. It's a fact. No other race of people does it like what we do. And we have to address it. That's why we're having this conversation.
Absolutely.
We have to stop this.
We do. Because it's not helping us.
But it's funny that the guys that do say it don't want to say
They
it.
don't want to say it. They don't want to come on.
That's the reason why that's the reason why they can't handle a black woman, because they're just weak.
Yeah.
They're just weak. They can talk amongst themselves, but they can't talk in public. They can send a text message, but they can't then talk.
Well, to be fair, I did see DJ Supreme or Super Me in
I've
the
seen him a couple
but
of times, but he
keeps coming and going. So I don't know where he is, and I thought he was coming in to the studio.
He doesn't want the he doesn't want the smoke.
And it's true, he doesn't.
He's diving in and out. That's
I
cheap shotting.
predicted he's gonna backtrack.
You can't duck in and out.
You see how Karen's keeping quiet, yeah? Karen's holding it all back for him,
And Aaron Sheen have been waiting all week.
All week they've been waiting. Where is Dr. Super Me?
But there's a lot of guys that are watching and they have that same mentality towards it, but they're not saying anything. There's hardly any men in the talk this week. Normal.
I just want to hear his reasoning behind why he said that, because I've never been told that me as a black woman I'm hard work. I've heard that women in general, depending on whatever's going on in the relationship, could be hard work. So I just want to hear what he has to say. So yes, I'm just saving my energy for him. Brenda.
Lord have mercy. You know what? As you said that, Sheen, it made me think. I was sitting there thinking, has any black man ever said that to me personally? That I'm hard work.
I think Ruth's a bit peed up already.
Right. Ruth Carter says they don't have what it takes to care for women. That's why they pick out weak women to control assholes.
You gotta love Ruth, man.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Ruth Carter's been on the last 2 weeks.
I can hear
and she's really been giving some really good comments.
You said you represent the DJ.
Oh, okay. Who's representing? Lloyd Jayers. Okay, I'll be the advocate. I'll represent the DJ. Okay, come with it then.
So what's the reason?
What is the reason?
Yeah. How are you going to represent the DJ? You don't talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
No, but he
Oh,
have
so
hold on, does that-
Let's see what you got to
Do
say.
you have
He's
the opinion
representing himself.
work? Jay, what's his name?
Jay.
Lloyd.
Jesus.
Do you have the opinion that black women are hard work? And if you do,
Yeah, he needs to represent
tell us
himself.
why.
Chant up for the
Just
DJ.
needs to represent himself.
Can I say something?
Is he bricking it, or is he bricking
So,
it then? Is that
I
why he's
just-
not
Why
coming
is
on the
Ruth being
show?
abusive? Look, he's running off. Come on. Now.
No, should not be.
Lloyd, just answer the question.
Answer
Please.
the
I'm
question.
curious to find the answer as well. I want to know what you're going to say.
They can't
Say-
handle the heat.
Told that several times.
But
Say
I
yes.
haven't all night, you know. It's all good.
Jesus.
Sadie, come into the. Sadie, if you can hear me, come into the. If you can come into the panel
Wow.
group and come online, if you can, please. Thank you.
Hello?
All right. So Jay Lloyd, what are you saying?
He's got nothing to say.
No. Okay. Okay, guys. So, Tony, you were going to say something. Come in, Tony.
Okay, so as usual, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna try to kind of put across what I think this guy is on about, because he did put the caveat at the end that I still love my black women. But what I think he's trying to indicate is black women, in his opinion, not mine, in his opinion, are hard work for the very reasons you just said. Sometimes black women are seen as a threat. So to him, if he sees a black woman as a threat, then that's why he's going to say black women are hard work. Because he's not ready to step up to the mark. Yeah? He's not ready to come in and become, the alpha male, as Danny said. Yeah? So he's going to go, you know what, some black women are hard work. Now, the other thing that I want to mention, which also plays into this argument about the black woman, is this fallacy or truth for some men that there's an angry black woman. And I think Shalomi mentioned this before. She's a certain way. If you're not gonna take the arguing, the slap back, and whatever else she said, yeah, then you better not walk in front of Shalomi and ask her a thing, because she would give you something. Yeah, for some black men, too much. Yeah, for a real man, Shalomi, you're a lovely woman. I've known you for a number of weeks and I know you now. Yeah, great, beautiful woman, strong personality. Yeah, but not a lot of black men can deal with you. You know that. You will probably admit that. There's a lot of black men might step to you, but when you give them your reality, they're like, oh, she's a bit too much. And this is sometimes perceived as the angry black woman. And this is where sometimes I believe, yeah, that we get this. I'm gonna demean the black woman because she's this or she's that.
Mm-hmm. Right. Pierre is saying that you're wrong. But before I go to what Pierre said, there was a comment from Lloyd, and he said you haven't defined hard workers yet. You were supposed to define hard work, Lloyd, because you said you were going to try and answer for the gentleman who had said last week, and he said that black women are hard work, and we wanted to understand what he meant by that. You said you were going to step in, so that's for you to define, my friend. Okay, so Pierre, let's go to so just give Lloyd a bit of time to gather his thoughts.
Pierre.
Okay, so go to Pierre. Do you want to read that one out?
Okay.
There's a big one. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. That one. Yeah.
All my women have been black all my life, and having been brought up by both parents, Nigerian dad, West Indian mum, both working very hard workers. But we were kind of, I guess, not what most people would call loud or rough. And I found West Indian women, not all, but a lot have found that they can be tougher to deal with.
That's the hard work that we were talking about.
In what way? In what way, though, Pierre? Go into what way? Let's really deep dive into this, because we want to find out.
Unpack this. You need to unpack it, Pierre.
Yeah, because we need to know what means tough means. What does that mean?
What does it mean? And he says, and Tony, let's go back and tone it to Pierre's.
And Tony, you're wrong. They're completely wrong, because I've always stepped up to my black women. stepped up for my black women.
I
Right.
didn't mention. I
He
didn't
doesn't
mention
agree
the
with
brother.
what you're saying, Tony, in terms of trying to
I
interpret.
said some. I said some black men are not able to deal with the black woman, the strong black woman, like Shalomi, yeah, like Yvonne. Some black men are not able to step to that kind of queen because they're not ready for it.
I'll just say this, you know, and I'll just say this to the men who are listening. As far as I'm concerned, black women are queens. And you can't just step to a queen. If someone is a queen, you can't just step to them any old how. There is a way that you would approach a queen. There's a way that you talk to a queen. And it's all about respecting oneself and respecting the person that's outside of you. So for me, and this is how I see it, Theo, that if, you know, I don't believe that I'm hard work. I believe I work hard, but I'm not hard work. And if you approach me in the right way, then everything is all good.
Yeah.
And if you are the right man, then I will put that time aside for you. If you're not the right man,
then you just keep.
I'll just keep it moving. And that doesn't make me hard work. It just makes me know who I am. And that's how I see it. So guys, when you're looking at women, especially women who are go-getters, women who are forerunners, women who are doing things in the community, with their business, with their families, whatever, however you see them, remember that one of the reasons why we are the way that we are is because we have a vision and we're going somewhere. And if you want to go with us, then you have to incorporate that vision in your own head too, and have the respect for us to try and work with us, not work against us. And that's where the fight comment is all the time. Is all about working against. It's all about, you know, rubbishing the goodness, the gold.
Who's broken down the hard work now?
Right, who's broken down the hard
Louis
work?
J.S. says, okay, I would say hard work includes being disrespectful, uncooperative, abusive, stubborn, dishonest, and more. Wow, I don't know what kind of woman you're going for, man.
Wow.
I was
about to say the same thing.
Wow. Do you know, let me just say this. I've had this because I went to pick up some food the other day. I'm just going to be honest. I went to pick up some food in a West Indian. Have we got someone on?
Someone's on, I think.
The background, if you put yourselves on mute. So I went to get some food the other day, and it's in a pub, and it's a Caribbean pub, West Indian pub, say Caribbean. It's West Indian pub. And I walked in there, and there was one guy that I knew, which was a white guy. And he was surrounded by black guys, and they were talking. And he called and he was talking to me, and he was like, come and sit down. But I had something to do. I ain't got time. Right. And I wasn't rude. They said, come sit down. I said, I'm just coming to pick up food. And they're like, no, come and sit down with us and we'll chat and red. And I said, I've actually got something to do. So no. And one of them went, she's too busy, she's too nice, she's too this.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, I'm like, bruv, I've got something to do. You're sitting in a pub. I've got something to do. I've got places to go. And so sometimes when men approach, because you don't react in the way that they want, they then think, oh, you're stuck up, you're this, you're that, the other. But actually, no, I've got something to do that is better than sitting down in a pub talking to you, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So don't discard black women or white women or Asian women when they don't want to stop and talk to you. It's not about you.
It's not.
It's about them. Hello.
Yeah.
They've got something to do. Hello. Anyway, Shell, come in.
I'm going back to that guy talking about Jamaican women. Yeah. Yes, I've been told, and yes, I've seen the difference with Jamaican women. Some of Jamaican women compare to other women, to be honest, right? Because as I said, I think it shouldn't be a black woman thing, more of a nationality, because every nationality of a woman have a different behavior. Yeah, it's like certain place in Africa, they will call their husband daddy, sir, and they will address them differently. right? So I believe it's more of a cultural thing, but not, it shouldn't be like a black thing. It should be more like a cultural, because yes, if you have never dealt with some Jamaicans, because of our brought up, see, I don't know if you know that word.
I
Yeah.
know it.
We
Yeah.
yes, we act away, and we were from a young age, we were taught to be tough. Like, you understand, we were taught certain way. We weren't like some women, they would stay in the house until it's married. And if the husband don't take them out the house, they live in the house with their parents until they're married. Not most or some Caribbeans or whatever. You understand? We have to fend for ourselves. So we develop this tough attitude. So it takes a while. So you have to get to know the person, break the person down, because we build up the defensive barrier, like myself. Yeah, there's a sweet little puppy me way somewhere there. Yeah. But you can't just approach me and expect to get that. You have to break it down. You have to take off, as Ivan would say, onions. So you have to take off the layers. And that's what men don't want to do. They don't want to take off the layers. They like some Jamaican man, they have sex and get to know you later. Yeah. And now most women in the 40 is not about having the sex and no, I want you to be my friend. So after we have been a friend and we have break down certain barriers and we become comfortable, then we go into romance, and then we take time. So we get to know each other. Yeah. About the user part, I do understand. But as I said, missing one word. Yeah. I'm guilty. Sometimes there's some woman will talk to a man because of a circumstance. And that can send like a Jamaican coming to England to get papers. She can do what she have to do but not all Jamaicans or not all other women are like that. So we'll be cold, we'll be cruel, and I'll put my hands up because we want certain things, and we'll go about it by using others. You understand? So at the end of the day, yes, some people are guilty. Yes, some man have a bad experience of a migrant like myself, and I can only apologize. You understand? But yes, we do what we have to. Yes, we didn't have no morals. Yes, we just think, you know what, I'm going to get legal in this country. I don't care. I have to go to mommy, daddy, papa. So yes. So I said, it's good to break down things and just don't throw things in the air, because 20 years ago, I was that person. You can't judge me now, 20 years after that, I'll do, because my circumstances has changed. My appetite in men has changed, because I no longer have an illegal status. So I no longer require a certain man. It's a harsh reality, but it is what it is. But I think we should break down things, but not just show it out like all black women this and all Jamaican that, because not everyone, some of us is guilty, some of us is not. And as I said, I can only apologize for being one of them people, but we do what we have to do to survive. But not all black women, they're not hard work.
Thank you, Shell.
Thank you.
I just want to come in because we're seeing some of the comments. Theo, you're closer to the screen. So the DJ Super Me,
yes, right. See there.
the DJ Super Me is in the comments, right? Yes. So he has said,
but you are presenting a lot of masculine energy as a female and not letting the man be a man. Last week was interesting because of the use of toys saying you are liberated. Right. So the DJ Super Me, I need you to kind of clarify who you're talking about, first of all. All of you is talking about. Is it all of us? We're all black women, isn't it? Well, we're all black women, so it must be. Right. But I would like, because like he mentions masculine energy, females not letting a man be a man. Now, this statement, let a man be a man, I've heard this before. I have no idea what it means. I have no interest in finding out what it means, to be fair. I know you're going to tell me, but the reason why I say I have no interest in him, because when a man tells me, let a man be a man, that tells me you ain't ready. Simple as that. You ain't ready. Because from you having to tell me, oh, let a man be a man, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. I don't think he's saying it like that. But
no, I'll tell you why he ain't ready.
That's how I interpret that. Because if you're a man, be a man. You don't need to let.
I've heard it. I've heard it like that, man. I've heard it.
Yeah, but do you know what that is?
Go on. Let me hear.
I'm
Yeah.
saying,
I have
but you're not
heard
giving
it
him the
like
room.
that.
Make the space. Because I'm making the space to be a woman. Make the space.
No, that's what he's trying to say. You're not making a space to be a woman.
Then go.
He's saying that.
You're not
So
Bye.
he's saying, I want to put the shelf up, but you're elbowing him out the way to put the shelf up. But see, because some women don't. Some women
Okay,
that's
but
what he's trying
me.
to say.
That's not me.
Yeah. So
you can put up the shelf,
yeah,
you can put up the
and
door, you
that's
can put up anything
yeah,
you
that's
want to
fine,
put up.
and that's a man being a man.
Is
But
it?
some women don't. Some women won't allow men do that. Or them, yeah, you'd be surprised.
Okay.
And that's what he's saying. No, give me something to do.
Okay.
Let me do something.
Okay.
And women just want to do everything. So that's what they say. You know what? Forget it.
Okay.
Let me ask you something.
Go on.
So, I've heard the term used that a man can sometimes feel inadequate. Yeah. Especially if they're earning less than the woman, or they just can't. I don't know. They just can't be motivated to do certain things. Yeah. So what for me, for a man to feel inadequate, is that as well to do with the fact that they feel that they have to then control the woman? Maybe does that kind of make them turn or become more possessive, maybe, or just put the woman down because they don't feel good in themselves, so then they automatically start to put the woman down and then come out of all this bull crap about black women are hard or ignorant or whatever else they want to call us? Does that normally stem from being inadequate?
Yeah. Them feeling where they're feeling.
Yeah.
They're at that time. So they just say, you know what, I'm gonna vent back. I have to throw back to kind of be on the same even keel. So if you're up there and I'm down here, I'm gonna bring you down to my level. So whatever that means, arguing with you, making you feel less than, just so you can come down to my level, so I can feel kind of in control or superior. I've got
So
something over. I'm going to do that. That's what the guy's going to do. Where the man should elevate himself up.
Okay.
But some guys haven't got the skills to elevate themselves up. So they say, you know what? Forget that. Or you think you're too smart. You're speaky spokey. You're too intelligent. You're too that.
Yeah.
So try to let me just bring you down. Let me just bring you down to my level, and then I can, degrade you.
Wow.
I just thought I'd ask the question
Misery likes company.
Yeah, there you go. It does.
It does. Right, we have Sarah. Sarah's joined. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, guys.
P, go on.
I've come to put a spanner in the works.
Come on, darling. Bring it.
Do you know what? I do think we're hard work. I'm sorry, right? I do actually think we're hard work, and I'm going to give an example.
Give an example, darling.
I'm going to say we're hard work because I think that I really do think that we don't realize how much hard work we are, but I understand it. I get it because I'm hard work myself. So for me, I'm not sort of I'm not going to proclaim to be an angel or anything like that, but I am hard work. So I'm fully loaded. And my thing is that I think with black women, we do have high standards. We've been fighting for a long time anyway. So I do think we have high standards. We know what we want. We're not threatened by much. I think we're quite confident. And I don't think sometimes there's anything wrong with that, but I think sometimes it's our delivery. So if I think about some of my counterparts, there may be someone who is, it may be a white woman who's with someone who says to her man, look, do you know what? When you come home from work, you come home, you bring us some money, and then we divvy it out. All right. So he brings home his wages, he puts it on the table, and he divvies it all out. And she goes, right, there you go. There's £50. You can go to the pub, you can have the rest. And he's quite happy to do that. Right. Now, I've been in a situation where I've done that with certain black men, and they're not give you their money. Yeah, because they can't see the bigger picture. Okay. Now, when you start moaning and shouting about what you want, okay, because at the end of the day, this is all about delivery. Okay. And it's also about being on the same page. So I don't proclaim, like I said, to be an angel. I'm not backwards in coming forwards. If you know, like me, officer, yeah, because at the end of the day, you should know that it's coming from a good place. But if you're getting on my nerves and you're not pulling your weight and we're not on the same page, it can't work. I've said this before. So I actually do think we're hard work because sometimes I don't think we're that willing to compromise. And I think we need to be honest with ourselves. I think sometimes people need to admit when they're hard work. I'm hard working, I'm going to tell you already. Right? I'm full on. I'm very full on, yeah. And I realize that. So if you can handle that, then that's fine, okay? I am high maintenance. You don't have to take me to the shops, But emotionally, and in terms of what I want and what my standards are, yeah, and I've said this before, if you can keep up with that, that's fine. But I can imagine there's some people that say, oh, it's a bit too full on, it's a bit too much. Oh, what you doing? Yeah. But I have noticed that obviously you can go through certain things with certain men, and then they can basically go with another woman or have a relationship with someone else. And you think, how come he's doing all that stuff and he couldn't do all that stuff with me? And it could be because you were hard work in some sort of way. So this is not about me slagging off black women. I'm a black woman myself, and I love myself, and I love black women, not like that. But at the same time, I do think sometimes we need to be accountable. Sorry.
There's a comment from Pierre. If you go right up.
If you go up, there's a comment from Pierre, but I just want to come in and say this to you, Sarah. I can see Tony's hand and I can see Danny's hand. I just want to say this. I don't consider that to be hard work.
Hard work. That's not hard work.
I think it's
No,
life.
No,
Like,
and I'll tell you
It's
why.
not hard work.
I'll tell you why.
it's about,
Can I say
it's
why?
about having standards.
Why?
And
Sarah,
Having standards, yes.
how
Not
I
hard work.
Sarah,
But we're going to let the men come in quickly because we're running out of time for the show. So I can see Danny was
All right.
coming in. Danny, Tony, and then Theo's going to read out what Pierre has said. So Danny, come in first, then Tony.
All right.
Make it as quick as you can.
yeah. Sarah, you kind of contradicted yourself. How can that be hard work when you said that the white woman will tell the white man, put the money on the table, and he's more than happy, but then the black woman tells the black man to do it, and he's not happy. So then why would he go to and say, oh, black women are hard work, I'm going to go with a white woman? Wouldn't she then still say she wants that money on the table? Or why wouldn't she then ask him for that money?
Can't hear
It's
that.
the delivery. I think sometimes we can be more aggressive than we think we are. It's the delivery.
Suck up yourself. And,
All right,
come on.
Sarah, define delivery. Define delivery. I don't consider myself hard work. I don't consider myself hard work.
Yes.
How's the delivery? Define the delivery.
He wants it handed on in honey.
Yeah, he wants it to be all sweetness and light. All right, darling.
All right. You know,
Kiss me
We're
off.
not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that. I'm not hard work.
Doing that.
I am very high
I'm not hard
maintenance.
work.
I have very high standards, but I'm not hard work.
Hard work.
I'm not
Yeah.
hard work.
let Tony make it quick, and then we're going to bring Theo in because we're running out of time. You're on mute, babe.
Sorry. So yeah, I just wanted to say quickly, Sarah, I don't think you're hard work. I think again, like Shalomi, you've got your own individual characteristic and attributes. A man has to be able to step up to that.
Come on.
Yeah. So I think what you've just described, I could find in any
Race.
other race of people, but it's an individual thing. Yeah, there are some black women who are very submissive, whereas there is other women who are very
Dominant.
Combative. Combative.
outspoken and combative. Exactly. So it's just, I just don't think you're saying the right thing when you say that. It's
It might be a
black woman
Sarah
because
thing.
It's not.
If Sarah want to say she's hard work, then Sarah is hard work. Let Sarah be hard work. Let Sarah say she's hard work. We have to give her that space for her to think, yes, she's hard work. However, a lot of things that she has given us examples of hard work, to me, they're not hard work, right? Earlier, Yvonne said something about queens, right? Now, if I am a queen, I've got certain standards.
That's right.
And within these standards, there's a lot of black men who cannot meet. I don't want to go overboard. I have to go by my experiences. And there's a lot of black men who have, mainly the ones who have grown up in this country, they can't meet me where I am, or they can't. And the thing is, I've not got a problem with telling you exactly what I want, or exactly how I expect things to be, or I treat you the way how I expect to be treated. If you don't like that, then just communicate with me how you want to be treated, but not hard work, love. Just have certain ways that we like certain things done. And unless we can be shown another way, which is, up to standard or maybe better, why are we going to give up our standards? I don't really see the point in that, right? We're not,
with you.
I'm
with
not
you.
hard work, Sarah.
Not hard
And
work.
if Sarah thinks she's hard work, let her say that she is hard work. I'm not hard work, and I might present myself in exactly the same way. It's just an opinion, right? And that's what we got to understand here. All of this is just opinions, but sometimes opinions hurt, and sometimes opinions damage. And that is what I thought that the DJ said last week could be damaging because it it transcends and it spreads out. And I don't agree with Tony where he says, maybe I'm so like sheltered or only in a black box. No, I'm not. I've got friends of all races, right? And we are the ones that are told we are hard work. And I see some of them carrying on in ways that I would never carry on. Right? I would never behave in ways that some of the other people behave, yet we are the hard work every time.
I think the DJ guy, I think Shalomi said it, the wording, if you took the black out of it, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a problem because, as you said, women
Yeah.
are hard work.
That's when he said
but
black.
he cannot take the black out of that. He can't take the black out of it.
No,
It's too late to take the black out now.
He meant to say the black because then at the end he said, "But I love black women."
Yeah, I know,
So he cannot take the black out of what he said.
The reason I said that is because women right across the board, I know guys that have gone out of black with white women and they've ended up in jail. They've been racially abused and all that kind of stuff, but
And
they
it's
won't
still there.
never say white women are hard work. They will just say women are hard work. But then when it comes to a black woman, oh, she's a black woman are hard work. They have to put the color in, and I'm just like, there's no need for it.
They
Can I
They
read
have to put the color in it.
Read Pierre's comment, please.
It says, as in my ex-wife was Jamaican, 12 years I was married and she was very strong-minded, opinionated, and always thought she was right because she was older than me and did have a lot more life experience than me. That was the downfall of our relationship. And when we argued, she would always come up in my face, threatening me like as if she was a man and even start talking like she was from road, laugh out loud. And she was very well-spoken and educated, but her temper was terrible. And I was the quiet guy at the, I don't know if it's finished there or...
Is there any more?
Is that it?
There might be more.
Said he was the quiet guy.
What is,
But is that because she's black?
Oh, the DJ said is what?
the wife was black, yeah.
She's from Jamaica.
No, but is that the reason why she was like that? Is it because she is black?
No, he's just saying. He was talking about
Exactly.
It was about the Jamaican. It was about the Jamaican
thing. I think.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh, the DJ said something else. What did he say?
But you're pretending a lot of.
No, we've done that one.
Okay.
The DJ's got a lot to say behind the scenes, innit? The DJ was supposed to be on the show, but he got plenty to say on comments, though.
DJ could play other people's records. He can't make it on too.
I was waiting for DJ to come on so we could have a little talk.
What the DJ
But
said is
DJ ain't coming on no set to have no talk. What did
He said
DJ
that-
say anyway? When what?
he said that we're giving the ladies, the guys on here are giving the ladies ear candy, but it's not that we're giving them
Air
ear candy.
candy.
Why you don't
No,
come on
it
here and
is
give us your shit then? Why you don't come on and give us the real deal?
Yeah.
We're not
Come and give us the real deal, DJ.
If it's ear candy, then DJ, my darling, you had the opportunity to come on. You did come in and out. So we saw you in the green room, but you haven't spoken. So you really don't have no room to chat right now and say anything about any candy.
Telling.
You haven't come and stood your ground as a man. Let me go see where
Parquet
you
queen, telling.
a black man. Hello. If you want to live, if I'm going to stoop to that
I'm
level,
scared now.
at the end of the day, God, what you must be able to hold your ground, whether you are a male or a female.
You gotta be strong.
You've got to be strong. If you've got an opinion, like I say, this is a learning ground. This is for us to learn, right? And we the only way that we're going to learn is if we listen and take heed to what each other's saying. And we really want to know why you feel that way, but you haven't come on to state your claim, state your cause, really, at all. So we can only imagine what you meant. And that's just open to interpretation, which isn't great.
No.
Because we want to know the facts.
Yeah.
We want to know the facts. Now, we are coming down to the end of the show. Do you know what? This has been such a good show.
It has been very good.
It's been such a good show. Now, what I want to know is what the learnings is. Was there any learnings in this?
Not from me.
No.
Not just that women, just that these guys are weak and they're scared and proven by them lack of comments by them. Apart from that, no.
What was the comment from Sarah Morgan?
Okay.
Sarah Angela Morgan. I just want to see that. Can you? I can't see all of that.
We have been programmed to be subservient to white people. Our guys will, I think it says, accept more from white women than they will accept from their own. It's a simple. I agree with Karen. I don't think that we are hard work. How can we be hard work based solely on the color of our skin? We are all different, and individuals should be treated as such. Amen
Great
to
comment.
that.
Great comment to really kind of
Excellent.
go up. Actually, I want to. What time are we on? I think we've still got a few minutes. We've got 5 minutes. So, panel members, you get like less than half a minute to just say what you got to say quickly. What your learnings were this week. I'm going to go from the top of the screen. So I'm going to go to Shalomi first. You've got a couple of seconds. That's it. What were your learnings from this week?
I believe I've learned that wording can throw an entire topic or subject off. And I think tonight, the wording and not considering that nationality, I think it's more of a nationality thing more than a black thing, to be honest, because I've been told about me being difficult because of Jamaican, but not as a black woman, but because of my nationality. So I believe this has been misrepresentative, and the person that did it found out, he got weak in his pants and he just pull out because you realize, damn, I make a mess of things, right? So he just pull out. So that's what I think. It's more of a nationality thing.
Thank you, Shalomi.
Love you, Shalomi.
I love the way you put
Love
it.
you.
He got
Love
weak in
that.
his pants, just pulled out.
Pull out.
Come on, Tony. Go for it, Tony.
Okay, so I'm going to say that I agree with Shalomi exactly on that point, but I also want to just say a quick word from one of my colleagues, Dunstan Cravel, said, in my opinion, men want a feminine energy from women. They don't want particularly to compete with them. From a woman, they want softness and loving, not aggression. And he's talking about all women, not just black women.
Okay, thanks for that. Is that your comment? Thanks, Tony. Not Sheena. Karen's next.
Yeah, I think it would be lovely for us to have a conversation about this female and male energy and our aggression and when we should be soft and all of this, because I would love to know, because it seems as if for us to have an opinion and not go with what some men want, that means that we are being too masculine. And I would like us to really be able to understand what that's about. From tonight's show, I would say, look, some of us have standards, right? And it might seem like hard work to you because you're not used to grafting for anything of worth. And if you want something of worth, you have to work hard. That's it.
Thank you, Karen. Just to say, the show of female energy and masculine energy will be in 2 weeks' time.
Good.
There you go. You see, if you have not, there's a saying.
I already know.
Right, let's go. We're running out of time. Sheena, come in. Your takeaways.
Well, for me, obviously, I just wanted to pinpoint about men feeling inadequate. So thank you, Theo, for clearing that up. So that makes sense. And another thing, right, is this. As far as I'm concerned, for DJ William Supami not to come on, right, he was frightened. So I apologize if we frightened you, DJ Supami, right? That was not the intention, but we would really have loved to have that conversation with you and just for you to shine some light on where you was going. Don't send your friend to be commenting on your behalf like no advocate. But anyway, but it was a good show. I'm glad I was here.
Thank you, Sheena. And Danny, our new member. Hi, Danny.
Well done, Danny.
Yes, yeah, great show. It's just a bit of a shame that DJ Super Me, as Shell said, that he got weak in his knees and he didn't feel he could step up to the plate, and this is what's missing at the end of the day: masculine energy. That's what I'll say.
Thank you so much. And I do want to open this up to you, Danny, to come back next week and following weeks if you're up for it. Thank you very much for joining the panel. We appreciate all your contribution today. So thank you. Thank you, Tony, as well, for the introduction. And Sarah.
that maybe I'm not so bad after all. maybe I'm just a bit confused. No, great show today, and I think that there's a lot of work to do in regards to changing the perception that people have of black women, including our black men,
and including of what you have on yourself,
of what I have of myself,
the perception you have on yourself.
I'm all right, you know. I'm all right with my perception, love. I'm all right. I'm all right. Don't you worry about that.
Hard work.
Sarah's hard work. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Theo's known me a long time. You can vouch for that.
She's hard work. She's hard work.
Okay.
Love you, Sarah.
Love you too.
No way. I didn't say but.
No, there's no buts there.
All right, guys. Guys, I just want to thank you guys for joining me this evening for the show. Next week's show, we have something a little bit different for you. We're going to be showing some lingerie.
I'm coming. I'm here.
Are you here?
I'm here. I'm somewhere in this building.
We are going to be showing some lingerie that's about to be launched, a Christmas line. We're going to do 2 shows. So we've got next week, and then we've got a few weeks to come, and then we're in November, and then we're going to be doing another show.
I'm here.
So we are doing some groundbreaking work here, guys. We're doing something a little bit different, creating some entertainment for us, as it looks like the whole country is going to go into lockdown again soon. But what I want you to do is just remember who you are, love yourself, think of yourself as the highest pinnacle of who you can be, live in the highest expression of who you are, love yourself and love others. And on that note, I want to say thank you to Theo.
Thank you.
And just before we go, because I didn't ask you, was there any takeaways for you tonight?
The lingerie is next week.
Okay, there you go. There you go. The lingerie is next week. Do join us again next week, next Tuesday, between the hours of 10 and midnight for the After Dark show. We will be back. I'm telling you, next week is going to be amazing. If you like to be entertained,
yes,
and I'm just going to say it that way, our video man was very entertained when we did some of the preliminary recordings.
Is it?
So, oh yes.
When was that?
Oh, you miss out.
You never
You
know about
miss
that
out.
one.
So be back here next week between the hours of 10 and midnight next Tuesday for the After Dark show. Keep writing in the thread. Keep the conversation going, because we want to learn. Keep it going, and then we'll be back the following week with talking about male and feminine energy. But for now, God bless.
God bless you.
Take care and stay safe. Ciao.
God bless. Bye bye.
You ready? You got me running, got me running. Take it,